Hey guys, it's me, the Shadow of Innocence. Two things before this video starts. I just want to say, one, I'm sorry for not uploading last night, even though I said I would, because something really awful happened last night directly after I made that update. Maybe actually no, not directly, but like a couple hours later, something really bad happened to me, and I was like, so fucked up that I couldn't even make the next video. I tried to, but I was just so bad after what happened that I really couldn't, so, sorry about that, but I'm making it right now. And you might hear some thunder outside in this video because it is a really bad storm that is going on right now, and it's starting to calm down, but there is not really much I could do to block it out. So, I mean, I hope you hear as little of it as possible, but yeah, that's basically it. I'm sorry for the late video. I'm going back to one video a week, and I'll try not to miss the deadlines anymore. I have actually been starting a brand new mint-condition Silent Hill collection with the original Silent Hill games, comic books, movies, etc. And I decided, because of that I'm going to do a Silent Hill creepypasta. There wasn't many to choose from, obviously, because, you know, no one really makes creepypastas of Silent Hill for some reason, because it's already scary, so not really a reason to make a creepypasta about it. But I did find one, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure if the story is actually meant to be a comedy or a horror, so I'm gonna do kind of a comedy with it. Don't really know how to explain it, but I'm taking it as more of a parody pasta than an actual creepypasta, because the ending just made it sound so comedic with it. So I really hope you guys enjoy it. It's a nice little short one. It is called Silent Hill Crossing Lines. There are a few things that I'd like to say before I start. First, I was raised in the Wicca religion, and I have been a solitary practitioner my whole life. This will make sense later. Secondly, I am a walking encyclopedia of all things Silent Hill, which is why my friend came to me in the first place. It was a year ago, on one of my off days, when I got a call from a longtime buddy of mine, whom we shall call Dale. Dale had been searching for a cheap copy of the first Silent Hill for a while, and he finally found one on a nearby game trader for only $10. Unfortunately, he was going on vacation the next day and hadn't had a lot of time to play it. So when he called, he told me that he only got about a half hour into it, and there were some things that were different from what he remembered when he first played it in '99. I agreed to take a look at it, and he dropped it off on his way out of town. Later that night, I finally got around to checking it out. I dug out my PS2 and prepared myself for a treat, since I hadn't played this game in a while either. The game started normally. The opening FMV ran smoothly, ending with Harry crashing his Jeep, but when the gameplay actually started, it kind of looked different. Cleaner than it should have been, even with the PS2 pushing the PS1 graphics, and Harry's jacket was black instead of brown. The game continued with small differences, like certain houses were different colors than they should have been. When I finally got to the diner, Sybil's hair was black instead of blonde. It was here that I started to get excited. I had thought that maybe Dale had stumbled across the beta version of the game, something that I'd only heard about in rumors. I saved it to the notepad and checked the disc itself. I compared it to my copy of the game, and there was no difference. I also checked the case, but again, there was no difference. I put the disc back and continued playing. The game changed more when Harry left the diner. The layout of the town was not what it should have been, and there were dozens of strange messages written in blood on walls of the buildings like, "What the fuck is going on?" and "Where am I?" and "What's happening to me?" I don't remember all of them, but I do remember that all of them were unique in some way, as if different people had written them. There were no enemies, but the radio maintained a low static as if a monster was just outside the camera's field of vision. I tried heading toward the doghouse with the key in it, but none of the streets were what they should have been, and the town was much larger. I wandered aimlessly. After a while, the skies went dark, as if it were shifting to the dark world. The buildings disappeared, and only darkness surrounded Harry. I wandered around an open area for almost 5 minutes before coming across a grass field with symbols burned into it. But they weren't the mark of Samiel like you find throughout the game. Instead, they were actual Wiccan symbols, ones used in dark magic. I was a little nervous, but I just thought it was part of the beta. I finally made it to the other side of the field and walked onto the street. Houses lined the road. I looked back the way I had come, and the field was gone. Something was off with this place, but I couldn't put my finger on what. I continued further on, the feeling of unease rising in me. I turned down a random side street, and that's when I froze in horror. I was looking at a digital version of my street. My house was the third one on the right. My car was there, and it even had the right license plate. My neighbor's dog started barking, and in this game, I saw Max, the dog, obviously, at my neighbor's fence barking at Harry. I dropped the controller out of pure shock, and when I did, Harry started walking towards my house. I was still frozen. I simply couldn't move. I watched Harry walk to the front of my house and look up at my window. I saw an image of me staring at my TV. Some instinct inside of me must have still been working because I reached to turn off the PS2, but when I did, the system started fucking bleeding from every possible spot. I didn't hesitate any longer. I grabbed the PS2, the controller, the game case, and even the power cords, and I took all of them to the altar that I have set up in my backyard. I performed a cleansing ritual as fast as I could. I was about to burn everything to finish the ritual when I looked across the yard and I saw a black-coated Harry just standing inside my fence with a sad look on his face. I struck a match and put it right to the lighter fluid. As everything burned, I looked across my yard and saw that Harry was now wearing a relieved expression. He started to fade, but said something before completely disappearing. He said, "Thank you." I went back up to my room, and anywhere the blood from the PS2 touched, I salted and purified. The next day, I went to the game trader and tried to find out where the hell the game came from. The clerk told me that the copy of Silent Hill had been passing in and out of the store for as long as he'd been working there, and was never returned by the same person that bought it. Dale was pissed when he got back, but I just gave him $10 and said, "Trust me, dude, I did you a favor."